The Hypnotic Bar Experience at the Grad Club on November 15th is a live comedy show where volunteers are hypnotized to experience a variety of altered states and experiences. The Hypnotic Bar is also about demonstrating that people can have fun without alcohol and drugs. Joining me in the studio are hypnotists Dwayne Dixon, Tyler Steves, and Albert Nuremberg. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
So, what is a hypnotic bar experience? This sounds, it sounds interesting.
It sounds weird.
It sounds weird.
I don't know, it sounds pretty weird.
The more I hear about it, the more I laugh. And the more I laugh.
Way back, I was actually did a workshop for people facing or dealing with addiction, alcohol and drug addiction, and there was a kind of bet. Where does the good feeling you might get from alcohol or drugs come from? Is it the drug, or is it your brain? And I wanted to prove to these people that it's actually your brain. It's your brain that makes these states. And so in hypnosis, there's an old trick. You can hypnotize people to be drunk. And so I did it with people who were actual addicts, and they were like, whoa, what was I doing all this time, like ruining my life when I could have just hypnotized myself to be drunk? And that was the genesis of the Hypnotic Bar Experience. And then partly it's sort of grown, and now I used to do it, but now I work with other hypnotists to really show that it's real.
Can anybody be hypnotized?
It sort of depends. You have to be ready for it. And so there are all sorts of statistics, but in general, yes. I mean, if you've ever been aroused, you can be hypnotized.
What are the common misconceptions with hypnotists and maybe therapy as well?
Number one is, I was going to say, is mind control. That people think that you can be hypnotized against your will. And really the magic only happens because you consent or agree to it. And then amazing things can happen.
The movies are not real. You can't be hypnotized to go murder somebody without knowing, et cetera, et cetera. It's about your subconscious taking over and doing what's within your own morals. You're not going to violate your own morality by anything while you're hypnotized.
Do some people have a resistance to it? Can you be sort of consciously, I guess, too aware of like, oh my God, like this is what's happening to me, or how does that work?
I have a theory. So I did a TEDx connecting dreaming and hypnosis, that they're connected. And one of the weird examples of it is if you wake up too early, or if you just wake up in the morning, you usually find yourself staring at things, like staring at the floor. I do anyways. And that is hypnosis. You're still in trance from when you were sleeping. Roll back a bit when you were a kid. You went to school, and if you were staring at the wall or staring at the window, your teacher would point you out and say, "Oh, Mr. Brunet, what are you thinking about right now?" So they shamed trance states kind of out of us. It was seen as a kind of bad thing. Some people that really stuck with, I was so afraid of being daydreaming that I stopped daydreaming. But if daydreamers tend to be very good at going into trance. And it's a natural thing that we all actually do. It's just that some of us got trained out of it more than others.
Okay.
They're in their head. Exactly. It's like if you're too much in your head and you're overanalyzing and thinking and judging. That's one of the big things, is when people, oh, I'm not the type of person that, and they're working so hard to stay separate and to not be in their body. When you're in your body or embodied and you're kind of working with the process, I mean, it's just natural.
Okay. Just before the interview, we were chatting about maybe giving a demo of the types of a trance state, sort of entering a trance state. And I'd like to sort of see that, if you can give me a demo of that. But before we get there, for the Hypnotic Bar Experience, like what can people expect? Like, give me a sense of what happens there. Like, you show up, you sit down.
I think we're like, it's funny, first of all. Well, one is that no one's under any pressure. Generally the way it works is an audience shows up. We choose volunteers who are the volunteers who want to do it. Also happen to be usually the better hypnotic subjects. Those people are hypnotized to believe that they're drinking tequila and vodka, when in fact we will we demonstrate they're just drinking water.
Okay.
But they will get drunk, and then we take it a step further, where we invent drugs that don't exist that we then, in a sense, give to these people, and they have a whole series of wild states. That is usually quite funny. We sometimes are transformed into other things, and so it becomes a comedy show. And it's real, is the weird part of it.
Maybe you can just give me a sense of, like, what you mentioned, this trance state and going into it, and I assume all three of you have been in this trance state before. Can you give me an example of sort of what this entails here?
Sure. We actually developed a new induction, a hypnotic induction called the flicker induction. And the reason why is that when people go into trance, just before they go in, their eyelids actually tend to flicker. And if you fake it, you actually start to feel like you're going into trance. So we can do this together.
Sure.
If we were to take a deep breath in, and watch, we're just going to roll our eyes up, and you notice that all our eyelids are kind of flickering. That's us sort of halfway to trance. But if we go a little bit deeper, take a deep breath in, we go sleep, you'll see that they go a little bit deeper. And they're still here. And if you look closely at his eyelids, what are they doing? They're flickering. That's pretty hard to fake.
Yeah. Now, is this similar to REM sleep?
Yes.
Because you mentioned the correlation between dreaming and hypnotization.
Yeah.
Trance state.
There is a correlation, but it's debated. Right now, there's no scientific evidence that they are the same, but they are, in my view, there's a huge overlap. And so when people go into trance, they do things similar to REM sleep. And hypnosis itself may be a waking dream. The way you turn somebody into a chicken, so to speak, is that they have a dream. You help them have a dream where they are a chicken. And so it's real for them. That's why people becoming chickens is so funny, because the person really believes they are a chicken.
Okay.
Still tranced.
Tyler's still tranced out here.
And this is the thing too, he can hear us. You can probably ask him what it's like. I can suggest to him that we can do that. If I set my fingers, he will feel a jolt of electricity right now. See how you can feel it? And right now. So, because he's present, he's alert, it just looks like you are sleepy, but you are not. It's actually a very alert state.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the dates of the Hypnotic Bar Experience? And this is being done at the Grad Club here in Kingston.
Yeah, we wanted to do it at the Grad Club because Queens is kind of like a alcoholic Disneyland of a university, and also apparently a university as well. And so we wanted to sort of give a message that you don't need to drink so hard, and that these wonderful states that people associate with alcohol, feeling buzzed, happy, forgetting your troubles, are actually available in hypnotic trance.
Nice. Okay. So a healthier way to get a buzz.
That's right.
Nice. Thanks so much for coming in. I'm looking for. Yeah, you better get Tyler
on the count of 3. Tyler will come back into the room feeling refreshed and alert. 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Nice. Nice. I think I need some of this on a daily basis.
We all do.
So Tyler, how did that feel being under trance? Because I could see your eyelids flickering. It looked like you were sort of down a level there. What is the feeling like?
Often we talk about sinking down because you're in your body, but as you get into trance, your body actually feels more spacious on the inside. And so you feel this spacious wholeness, and you're conscious of what's happening, but only just. It's like a few things happened that were a little funny, and I felt a half smile come to my mouth, but I didn't laugh. And I still felt like, because I had given permission to the process, that I would be willing to undergo a process. So it could be, we could jump into therapy, we could jump into untying, knots in our psyche, or we could jump into behavioral stuff. Like, I especially like state-based things. So sometimes Albert, in the drugs, we'll talk about, and this drug is going to make you feel a certain way. What's shocking is that you then do feel that way. And this is what's so magical about this whole process.
So one other thing I just wanted to touch on quickly here is you had mentioned, this is really, it's about having a dry experience, right? Without alcohol, without drugs, and having this sort of out-of-body altered experience. How does it work with hypnotism and addictions? Like with somebody who's trying to quit smoking, trying to quit drinking. How does that work with hypnotism?
Most people's problems, I would say, are in their unconscious mind. That's meaning nobody decides, oh, today I'm going to become an alcoholic, or today I'm going to develop a bad habit. These things just happen, and they happen unconsciously. So the reason why you might need hypnosis is that hypnosis opens the door to the unconscious, and sometimes you can speak to or change the unconscious patterns. So addiction is generally an unconscious pattern.
Okay.
That's why it's helpful.
Really, really, really interesting. Can we throw the dates out for the Grad Club again, Grad Club event?
Sure. November 15th. We could even sing it. November 15th.
Friday night.
Friday night at the Grad Club.
Awesome.
And by the way, you are allowed to drink. We don't go tisk tisk. If people show up and they buy drinks, that's fine. It's just that the people on stage don't need to.
Got it.
Because they're going to be drinking hypno tequila.
Hypno tequila. Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Thanks so much for coming in. I'm looking forward to the demo that you're going to give. But have fun at the Grad Club, and sounds like a great time to go out and see something different in Kingston.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Chris.
guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. This has been great. When people go to a hypnosis show, they often think, oh, doesn't that take a long time? You know, you have to hypnotize people with swinging pocket watches. No, you can actually hypnotize people really fast, and I'll show you how it's done. Is that okay, Tyler, with your permission?
Totally. Now, is there somewhere that people could see this sort of thing coming up even?
It's at the Hypnotic Bar Experience at the Grad Club, November 15th. But here, let us show you one of the things we're going to do to hypnotize people really quickly. This is called the butterfly induction. If I could just take your right hand, if you don't mind. Just let it loosen and relax. Okay. And watch this. Imagine that my right hand is a butterfly. Hold your head steady, and watch it go back and forth, back and forth. That's right, back and forth. Butterfly goes back, and then like this, and sleep, deep and relaxed. Very good. So it kind of looks like he maybe was acting, but he's actually in deep trance. I can tell because his body is actually loose and limp. This is kind of a hard thing to fake. And now he's deep and relaxed. Now what's interesting about it, when he comes back on the count of 3, 2, not yet, he's going to come back laughing really, really hard, enjoying that feeling. On the count of 3, getting ready to laugh, 2 and 1. When I snap my fingers, now. So that was a pretty quick way to hypnotize. I'll show you even a quicker way. Okay. So just one more time, if you take your hand again, just look at my finger. Okay. Now, when people go cross-eyed, they actually go a little bit into trance. So watch this. Watch the finger get closer, closer. Stare at the finger right now, closer, and sleep. Deep and relaxed, deeper and deeper. So just like that, he's now in hypnotic trance where he's become more suggestible. In this state right now, remember he was laughing? He can laugh just now with his eyes closed, laughing. And now it's as if he's had a beer, so he's laughing with a beer. 2 beers. Why not 3 beers? 6 beers. When he opens his eyes, he's still going to feel like he's had quite a few beers to drink. And let's see how he walks. On the count of 3, 2, 1, now. You can open your eyes. And maybe just, if you want to, sir, if you want to. Okay. So I want to demonstrate that this, as far as you know, this person has not actually had any beers, but we're going to sit him right back down. It looks maybe like he's performing, but watch this. 3, 2, 1, deep sleep. Deep and relaxed. Deep. Now returning absolutely sober. And 3, 2, 1, totally sober. Now. Completely sober. And no hangover.
That's a bonus. Okay, so Dwayne, looking forward again to performing at the 15th at the Grad Club, but I just wanted to say, are you okay if we hypnotize you right now?
Yes.
Okay, that'd be great. Thanks for coming, and you're comfortable?
Very.
Okay, good. Can I see this hand here? Now just loosen it a bit. That's good. A nice heavy hand. So with this heavy hand now, I want you to just push down gently. Now stare at the hand, stare at my hand here, and push down a little harder. A little harder. Now listen with your eyes. Sleep. That's right. Good, good. And we'll just deepen, deepen, deepen. And as you're in this very deep sleep, you start to feel this energy bubbling up from your toes, up through your legs and into your body, and as if you just got an injection of happy, you're just going to feel this warm feeling flooding up into your upper chest, into your face, into a smile, and in 3, 2, 1, awake.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
It feels amazing.
Excellent. Now I'm going to put you back in trance, so if you just give me your hand again and sleep, and that's excellent, just very calm. Now in 3 seconds, you are going to just come just a little bit out of, not all the way out of the trance, just a little bit, but through that space, you are going to embody your deep hypnotist and then put me to sleep on this sofa right here. So 3, 2, 1, magician.
Hi, Tyler. Have a seat.
Okay, yeah.
Is it okay to put you into trance?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, you were good for that. Okay. Okay. I want you to watch my hand. Just watch it, watch it.
Yeah.
Going back and forth, just with your eyes.
Yeah.
Just with your eyes. Closer, closer, and sleep. Okay. Just nice and relaxed, nice and relaxed. Very good. Okay. Just like that. And I'm feeling really good at this time.
Squeeze my fingers here. Keep on squeezing, and as you squeeze, you feel your hand solidifying like a mold. Now, as the mold is kind of drying, it's just going to just loosen a little bit just to pull out the form. Okay, now keep it there, keep it there. Now, as the mold is setting, you'll notice that the hand is solid, like gold, just a bronze cast of some metal. And you try and open it, but the more you try, the more it stays closed. The more it feels good to stay closed, the more it stays closed. And you can try and open it, but it just feels so much better to stay closed. And in 3 seconds, you'll open your hand, 1, 2, 3, and there's a little bit of hypnosis.